Hi there.
Hi, welcome to Curious Collection. I'm Will.
I'm Cinnamon.
So we are full-time resellers. We've been selling full-time for 4 years, and we've been on the platform for 17. Today we want to talk about eBay. Where's the magic in listing? What's the magic in the sales? Or, is there no magic at all? The reality is the other day I was watching a video from Josh Galt, and he was talking about eBay for Business on YouTube. And he was talking about how they've got 38,000 subscribers and no one watches their videos.
But when eBay talks as resellers who sell on eBay's platform, we should probably be listening to what they have to tell us.
Right. So, what I noticed going through the channel is that there was a lot of corporate speak, a lot of, everything's polished. There's no problems here.
Lots of fluff.
But at the same time, there is real substance. And I think as a seller, we have an obligation to learn as much about the platform and about the processes as possible so that we can be successful in what we're trying to do.
Right.
I feel like a lot of times as resellers, we feel like we're trying to paddle upstream. Like maybe they know more about the business than we do. So, when going through the videos, they have a lot of stuff that, they talked about. And, I'm just going to hit a couple of topics here that they talked about just in the last month. They talked about eBay international shipping. If eBay wants you to have international shipping set up on your items, I would imagine that it's probably something you should be considering. Now, again,
every business is different. You're going to sell your way, and that is totally okay. If you've looked at your products and you've looked at your business practices and you're like, you know what, that's not for me, we totally get that. We're not saying that you have to run your store the way we run our store. And our store is ever evolving. So, you don't have to dig your heels in and say, I'm just not going to do it that way. That's fine. If that's how you want to run your business, that's the joy of running your own business.
Right. A couple of weeks ago, people were taking off international shipping because they thought that there was a glitch that was preventing them from getting sales. This is nonsense. Let's be real. eBay wants to sell the products. They want to open your product up to as many people as possible. So, taking off international shipping because you think that there's some kind of crazy glitch in the system, there's this hole in the matrix. It's all nonsense. Let's focus on what's getting sales and what's making us money as business owners.
Yeah.
They talked about standard shipping, the standard envelope. We put up a video a couple of weeks ago about the changes in the standard envelope. It has over 700 views. eBay put up a video right around the same time. They've got less than 400 views. Okay. So again, as sellers, why aren't we, at least taking the stuff that they're throwing out there? This is easy stuff that they're just throwing our way, but we're not even catching it. They talked about holiday shipping and how important it is to make sure that you're communicating to your customers that the shipping can be slow this time of year. There's been delays. We've had 2 complaints already in the last week. We had a negative and a neutral feedback because of slow shipping.
Yeah. We shipped within 24 hours. So, it wasn't us.
USPS is struggling to keep up already. So again, working with eBay, understanding what eBay's expectations are on us as sellers, is certainly something that's going to help us. They talked about their AI tools and how their AI tools are ever evolving. I'm reluctant to use them. I don't trust it. However, if
eBay's telling us that they want us to use it.
If they're putting $1 billion of investment into this technology, I would say it's important. It's important that all of us focus in and try to catch up and learn what is this technology? How is it working? How is it going to affect the listings? eBay wants, a consistent product to offer to their customers from the beginning of their login all the way to closing that transaction deal and leaving feedback. So if it means that they're going to help you, and they talked about this in their videos, they're going to help you with your photographs, and they're going to give you some better backdrops, and they're going to help you clean up your images, and they're going to give you automated AI descriptions. Now, I would compel you, read them, make sure that it is accurate. We've been experimenting with it. We want to learn about it. We want to be on the cutting edge of this because we see that's where the technology is going. The whole goal is to make it easier for you as a seller to list products. If I can list more products every day, my life would be better.
Absolutely.
Because that means more potential for more sales. So again, like these are all things that, you know, I can't believe that after all this time, I didn't even know that this YouTube channel existed. So I feel like an idiot out here. I'm like just wandering in the darkness, and there is some direction, you know, outside of what's offered on just the regular eBay help channels there. So, you know, I kind of have a contentious argument in that eBay wants you to be successful.
Well, the thing is,
I think a lot of people would probably want a knife fight over that statement, but eBay wants you to be successful.
They get their fees when we make sales.
Right.
So, and right now they're getting more from their fees from sellers than they are from buyers. So they want us to make those sales.
Right. The idea that eBay wants to suppress and hide all of our listings and they don't want to sell anything, again, I have to believe they want to build their line. They want to be the biggest, you know, resale platform out there. They were dethroned years ago by Amazon, and they've never recovered from that. But, you know, they need to attempt that process of building their customer base, and the only way they're going to do that is through successful sellers.
Right.
You know, so some of the things that we've talked about in the past, eBay has a wish list. They tell you how you're going to get the most traffic. They tell you what you need to do to be successful on their platform. And a lot of us don't want to do it.
We don't want to listen.
Yeah.
Because it does. It means more work. It means more work initially when you are making that listing. But just like every other thing that you have to do in the world, when you put the effort into it, then you get the results out of it, you know? And that's what eBay is telling you is, look, these are the things that I want you to focus on. These are the things that I want you to do. It'll make your listing better so that the buyer is more tempted to actually buy it.
Right. eBay wants the buyer to have a positive experience and come back to the platform. And I've seen surveys on this platform. I've seen, you know, surveys from, you know, the job that I had. When people have a bad experience, they are less likely to return. And it is very costly to acquire new customers.
Yeah.
So it's imperative on all of us that we're providing that quality experience. So some of the things that eBay has said that they want, they will give you preferred placement in search, and they will, you know, they're going to give you basically free promotion by just complying with what they're asking for. You know, they've asked us to provide free shipping. Now, I understand there's a lot of people, they want to fight me over this. You can fight me all you want, but you're really fighting eBay.
Right.
You know, you're absolutely fighting eBay if you think that you shouldn't be offering free shipping.
And the thing is, free shipping isn't free. We're not telling you to take the hit. We're telling you to work it into your price so that if it's $20 and $5 ship, then your item cost is $25. And when people search and they say, you know, price lowest to highest, including shipping, then because eBay sees that you have free shipping and because that customer sees that you have free shipping, they're going to take your $25 item over someone else's.
Right.
That's $20 plus $5
if you're searching by best price with shipping, without shipping, it doesn't matter. It's automatically going to get ranked based on price. When it goes to your standard search results, they will put you higher.
Yeah.
So we've had items that we've priced $5 more than everybody else, and we've sold because I have to believe the search put us up higher in the ranking. That was it. That was the only difference between our product and somebody else's. Plus, you get that little
red thing that says free shipping. So this is what eBay is pushing. So you just have to get on board, or you don't. If you don't want to get on board, that's fine too. It's your business. You can run it your way. We're just trying to tell you what eBay is saying they prefer.
Right. Again, we are not working for eBay. We are not eBay, employees at any level.
We're just trying to make our business successful on their platform. eBay
tells us that they want free returns.
Yep.
So people want to challenge me on this. If you type in, returns in your help menu, it'll pull up the returns menu. It'll tell you, as a customer, that your return items not received, and refunds for buyers, right? This whole conversation, it says specifically, in most cases, if your order does not arrive or is faulty or damaged, you get your money back or a replacement. Period. There's no
and that does include shipping.
Right. It does include shipping. As a seller, you are required to refund the shipping if the item arrives damaged, not as described. That's it.
Yeah.
So the only time that it may even come up to question of whether or not you pay for shipping to return the item as a seller is if they change their mind.
Right.
Now, there are some nasty tricks that people will pull. If they get the item and they know that you won't take it back, maybe they break it and you end up taking it back and you pay for the return shipping on a broken item.
Right.
Or you could just pay for the return shipping and not have a broken item. I mean, as a seller, I would just take it back. That's our policy. You don't have to do that, but you can fight with somebody all day long and eBay is still going to side with the buyer.
Yeah. So we talked about international shipping, the one-day shipping. So eBay wants a quick turnaround time, and so do the customers. Right. They really do.
Right. Again, keep in mind, everything is about a positive buying experience. Okay? As a seller, we are rewarded by happy customers. Okay? We're not rewarded because we do it when we want. We're rewarded when we do it as soon as possible.
Right. Low return rates. Again, we talked about the fact that they want free returns, but they also want low return rates. So we talked about some of the things that we can do to kind of help reduce those returns in a different video. But, some of those things are nice, clear, concise pictures, making sure that they understand exactly what it is that they're going to be receiving.
Yes. If there are any issues at all with the item, it needs to be listed in the condition. We put it in the description as well.
Yep.
And if it's something that, somebody might happen to buy and they don't recognize the fact that there's damage, we'll put damage in the title.
Right.
And people still buy it because it is a desirable product.
Right.
But at least it prompts them to look to find out what is the damage.
Right. They'll look a little bit harder. So now they understand what it is they're receiving.
Right.
They also want a low defect rate. There are times when accidents happen, when you lose a product, when your inventory system isn't quite up to par, or you just had a bad day when you were listing, or like
something got broken, the wrong quantity got put in. All of this stuff happens. We just need to make sure that we're doing our best to minimize those defects, take care of the customer. I've even gone as far as, somebody bought something from me and I lost it. I ran to the thrift store and I was able to find another one and I was able to get in the mail the same day. I mean, these are the types of things the customer didn't know. They didn't need to know.
Right.
They just know that they got what they paid for and it was delivered when it was supposed to be delivered.
Right. They want you to respond to messages in less than 24 hours.
And there is a clock on that. Even though eBay is not telling you about it, they are monitoring how quickly you respond to your customers. They want you to respond within 24 hours, preferably less than 8.
And this one, it bothers me a little bit because oftentimes we'll be out and about, and he's obviously got the phone app on, his phone. And so we'll respond to messages right away because we want that happy customer. We want them to buy our product before they change their mind or before they find it somewhere else.
Yeah.
But the thing is, then we get back home and we get into the office and I look on the computer and it says that we still have a question on, or a message on that other little area.
There's certainly challenges between the app and the PC.
Yes.
And the fact that the PC doesn't recognize that you've already responded to the message.
Right. So then I have to physically go into the computer system and say that we've already responded to that message. So be aware of that little glitch that they've got that they don't communicate, so that you can still stay on top of your messages and get credit.
Yes. Again, it's the buyer experience. The buyer needs to be responded to quickly, accurately, every time.
Yeah.
Absolutely every time. The next thing is, promoted listings. eBay tells you that, again, in their conference call, in their most recent third quarter sales, they talked about how their biggest area of growth is in promoted listings. Mm-hmm. People want to fight about it. I don't know what to tell you. I just saw a thing recently that Etsy is doing off-platform ads. If your product is featured and it sells because of that on the Etsy platform, you're charged 15%, and you don't have an option to opt out of that 15% fee. So if Etsy's doing 15% promoted listings, I think that most of us could figure out a way to do 2% on eBay. I'm just saying, let's be real.
Right.
Everybody's trying to find a way to get away from these fees, and they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we've looked at all the other platforms.
All brick and mortar stores have to pay promotion fees as well. Right. Those wacky arm guys, or, the flags that they put out front, or the sandwich boards, or commercials, or, online, ads, or Facebook ads, whatever it is. Businesses have to promote. I mean, that's unfortunately a part of business.
And part of the promotions, now I want everybody to take a moment and think about this. eBay is talking about how they're going to promote your item within the platform. There's a variety of things. We did a whole video about this, but there's ways that you can promote your products without paying eBay. Mm-hmm. Free promotions. We should probably do a whole video about this, but you can take your items, you can post them up on Facebook, you can post them to...
we do Pinterest.
Mm-hmm. So there's a variety of different social media platforms, which actually leads us into the next thing, is that eBay wants you to give them exposure on your platform, your social media. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I'm more than happy to do that if it's going to generate sales.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, there's been other people who have hypothesized that, they've, like the Pinterest, right? There has been so many times that we've had a sale, we hear that cha-ching, he tells me what it is. And I was like, oh my gosh, I literally just put that on my Pinterest page, so whether it's directly from Pinterest, I doubt that. It's possible, I suppose, but eBay has this preferential thing when they see that there's activity on your items. So, right. Sharing them, just like YouTube does, right. The more clicks that you get, the more shares that you get.
They're looking for engagement.
Right.
They're looking for interest. If there's engagement and interest in a product, they're going to show it to more people until it's sold.
Right.
So the goal is show it to as many people as quickly as possible so that it sells quickly.
Right.
The flip side of that is if you show it to a bunch of people and nobody's interested, they're going to bury it. Mm-hmm. They're going to bury it dead.
Yeah. So you have to do all of those other things that's within your power, those pictures, that description, the flowery AI description that they want. You need to make this something that when people do put eyes on your product, then they go, well, I have to buy it now. So that's what eBay wants. eBay wants people to buy your product.
Right. So the other thing is active users. Now, eBay, obviously, they want you to put listings up, mm-hmm. but it doesn't mean that you have to list every day.
Yeah.
And I know that's another point of contention. There's, personalities out there that are claiming you've got to list a minimum of 50 items or 75 items every day of the year.
And we used to prescribe to that. We really did. We did a full entire year of 50 listings every day. Our sales are better now than they ever were when we were doing our 50 listings every day. because now we're able to take our energy and we're able to pour that into quality listings as opposed to quantity listings. I'm spending more time making sure that my pictures are just awesome and that every single item specific is filled out, and that, I'm doing a little more research on the pieces that I have.
And this is what eBay wants as well. They really do want you to be able to describe your item in as much detail as possible. One, it's going to help those buyers figure out what your product is all about. But the other thing is, and this is kind of selfish on their behalf, they want you to fill out those item specifics. Their AI tools are taking the images that you're putting in, and they're taking the item specifics and they're matching them up. And they're learning from what you're teaching them. Okay. So if you're not teaching AI, you're not going to get the response that you're hoping to get. Right. You need to help in the process of building this platform. And like I said, it's kind of greedy. They're definitely getting your knowledge as part of the exchange here. Yeah.
But again, it's their playground. We're just there to try to support our household. But there's just not any other viable option. So we have to try to better our listings on their platform, so that we can make those sales.
Right. Now there are a lot of other options. There's a lot of different platforms out there. We've talked about them. We've researched them. We've looked into their sales. We've looked into having our own website hosted on different platforms. And the reality is that eBay is still the boss when it comes to secondhand items.
Right.
When it comes to those pre-loved items, they're the number one platform. Even the niche sites that are going to focus in on specific categories will get crushed by eBay in the same category.
Yeah.
So, we've talked about it. We would love to find a different platform. We'd love to, jump ship.
Or cross post, or use we want more sales too. Anything we can do to get more sales. Unfortunately, taking our energies away from what we're doing right now on eBay at this exact second in time doesn't prove to be more worthwhile than just spending the extra time. And
we've tried live in-person sales. We've done like the different shows, flea markets, that kind of stuff, and everything pales in comparison. So again, you can feel stuck, you can feel helpless in the situation, or we can all listen, we can pay attention to what they're telling us. We may not agree. There's certain things that we may not be able to do.
Yeah.
But, I think that we all have to at least hear what they're saying and then see if there's a way that we can work that into our business model.
Yeah, I think so.
So I know it's tough. I'm sure I've ruffled a lot of feathers today. I'm sorry.
You don't have to listen.
Right.
You don't. I mean, but eBay's telling us what they want us to do.
Right. So again, take a look at the eBay for Business page. Like I said,
a lot of fluff,
but listen to what they're actually telling you. They really do want the engagement from sellers because it's going to make them better. And we need them because they're bringing the volume of traffic.
Right.
So good luck to everybody out there. I hope your sales are doing well.
All right. Thanks so much. Like, subscribe, comment down below.